This is part 2 of how to make gyoza video. I was telling my brother while I was cooking them, he was like, how do you cook those? What are those? I'll try them later. I was like, food critic guy. It's alright though, helps you improve. I said, basically it's oil and boil. That's how my mom's friend Mickey taught me, Japanese lady taught me. And, you put a little oil and then you put a little boil on it and then it'll be just right. I did use the thing is when you buy a package of pot stickers or wonton skins like that, you should use them immediately and do freeze them because I find that if you leave them in the fridge for about 4 days, they'll start molding. Alright, so use them immediately. Use them for the whole thing. The other thing is a little shy of 1 pound would be really good for this recipe. There was a little extra, but I just fried it up and made it into like freaky little meatballs or kibes and, threw them to the dogs or people snacked on them. You can change this recipe. It's very flexible. You can add cabbage. You can subtract cabbage. You can throw in spinach. You can, my mom likes to mix a touch of cream cheese and extra chili with the beef. And then it makes it like tangy and juicy. So, adjust it to your taste. I err on the side of less salt. But that's just us because we just like to add salt later. Don't be scared of it. Be patient. You might, it's kind of hard to get the knack of it, but once you get that rhythm going, and if you have kids, let them do the rolling because you got to use that child labor. So keep it popping, keep it chopping. Let me know if you need any help with anything. Roll some gyoza. There's the beef mix that I made. I refrigerated that for a while. You'll need some cornstarch, your wonton skins, a container, a dish of water, and if you're not down with the hand roll, use this little pierogi press thing. I found this at my brother's, but I'm going to do it by hand. So first I'm going to dust, oops, I'm doing this because I can't flick it right on here. So you want to dust your pan where you're going to rest your gyoza. If you don't want to dust it with cornstarch, you can freeze it. You can freeze them until they stiffen, okay? Every gyoza will take a modest teaspoon, alright? I'm going to try to do this slow for you guys. So you're going to put the filling, see that's too much. It's like less than a teaspoon. So I'm going to take it like that, okay? I'm going to put it right here. Then you're going to wet the edges, okay? You're going to leave 2 fingers in like this. You're going to pinch this side, alright? Then you're going to fold and press. Fold and press. Fold and press. And just go all the way around. Okay? And then pinch it shut on the end. So you go like that. See? See? That's a crooked one. I didn't even do a good job. And then park it right here. Let it sit down. You're just going to continue doing that. Okay? Put a modest filling. A little short of a teaspoon, I would say. Okay? Wet the edges like that. Some people go super moist. I really don't go that moist. Right? Go like that. These are pretty flexible, the ones that you buy. And then just, you might wet your finger a little and then seal them up real good. Okay, then park it right there. Oi! Had a gyoza accident. But you can come over here. You won't be in the shot. You can be in the shot. You're not naked. That's my brother. Okay, wet it like that. I couldn't even imagine making these. It would kind of get on my nerves. Because the annoying thing about stuff like this, gyoza, wonton, egg rolls, people really eat them faster than you can make them. So these have a lot of give, so you can just pull and pinch. Okay? Just pull and pinch like that. See, there's right there, it's not really going to stick. These are real powdery ones. Okay? And just pinch them out. Do-do-do. Gonna do one more. And then we're just gonna finish the whole batch. Okay, wet it around the edge like that. Pull this up with 2 fingers. Hold it like this. Seal that shut. Pinch that shut. Drag, pinch. Okay? Drag, drag and press right there. Drag and press. Drag and press. Okay, drag, press. One last one, drag and press. So that's nice, and wet your fingers and just give it a good, just shut it real good like that, like shut it up right there. Okay, just continue doing that with all of them. I finished rolling up the gyoza. These were $1.69. It ended up being 50. Okay, if you look, there's 50. All right. So I'm making a video. You eat your rice. So this cost $1.69. The beef was $1.59 a pound, and we didn't even use a pound. There's actually a bit left. The cornstarch, the herbs. So I would say for all of this, for 50 gyoza here in the desert, cost about $3 to make. Maybe $3.25 for 50. I do also want to tell you, if you see how these are, I've lined them up individually. Okay, they're not touching. You don't want to freeze these just in a bag. These have to basically be individually frozen. And then you can bag them up and freeze them. So these are a little more stiff. These were the first ones. I'm going to cook some of those for you. But these, I'm going to freeze upright like this. And make sure that none of them have a wet spot. Okay. So I dusted them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn them this way. And make sure that when it freezes, it's the powder side touching. See? That'll keep them from sticking to each other. But you just want to move them a little bit. And make sure that they have something. So now we're going to cook them. Alright, it's time to cook our gyoza. The key to gyoza, is how I was taught, is oil, then boil. So, my skillet's already warm. Okay, I'm just going to put a thin layer of oil in there. I'm going to use my little baby. Bing! Right? There you go. Looks good. Looks real good, huh? Bing! This is my old little spatula. I always love these things. This lady who lived next to me used to sell these jokers. And they're from Pampered Chef. If you can get these, they hit for about $2.50, but they're handy. I like them. The handle's different now. They made a more ergonomic handle now, but I have about 5 of these. So now you're going to put the starch side down and give it a press. Okay? Some people line them up feathered, but I try to get as much crispy surface as I can. Okay? Always put, when you're frying stuff like that, this is on medium high, okay? And press it down a little. You could stand them up, but always start away from yourself. Ooh, I almost hit my hand there. Okay? Press them down a little bit. So what is that? 3, 6, 9, 12. You got a dozen. You got a dozen in the skillet. And you want that to brown. Left like 4. Those are going in the freezer with the other ones. So you're just going to have that working. I also have about a cup of water waiting. This is clean now. This isn't the one I dip my fingers in.
What? Why did you do that?
So let's check the first one. See, that's already browning. But I want that to get a little darker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the heat up. You can see they're already browning. They're getting nice and brown. So I turned it up. I think this is the first one I put in. See? Ta-da! Then I'm going to flip them the opposite way. Okay? Start like that. Now you're going to just remember, always just remember the phrase, oil and boil. Okay, then flip this one. Flip that one. Flip that one. Some of them might be a little more pale. But these skins are real durable. So then you're going to press them down like that. Ooh, got a little juice. Don't abuse them too much. I just press them down so you get more surface area that's crispy. Okay? See, that's kind of bubbly. Now, if you see that it's hotter here and colder on one side, take the one that's a good color, move it here, and put the pale one over there. Kind of do a little dance. See that turned dark real quick? So I'm going to take this pale guy and put him over there. Okay. These are nice and dark. Okay. Now that those are browned like that, you got the oil part. Okay? So back up a little bit and add the water. That steam will finish them. So just leave those right there, and then we're going to flip them one time. It's been about 2 minutes. Okay, these are starting to stick a little because they're softening. I'm going to add a little more water. You just water as you go. Okay, and just move it. You can also use a splattered cream. Okay, I like these splattered creams from IKEA. These are actually $1.99. Right? The ones I see at the store are like $4.99 or $6.99 for a packet. Even though it's a little bigger, I can use it on other stuff. But this is a little beater. I need to go get a few more of them. But you can use a splatter screen while you're doing this, because now I got a bunch of stuff on my canner. So now I might come in and use this. Okay? I'm going to loosen them up a little, because I don't want to break the skin. These are just about done. I could have probably used a little less oil and these would have been okay. But you can see that's kind of transparent now right there. That's ready to eat. Ready to eat. Alright, so you're just going to take the gyoza and give this a little whirl. If you're lucky, you'll catch a piece of garlic and eat that. My deluxe taster's out right now. Okay, you can see that's well cooked. That's good. You could use a little more salt. Add a little more salt. But other than that, keep it popping, keep it chopping, double dipping.